Hey there, it's Aaron. In this video, I'm going to generate some incredible photorealistic images using my favorite AI image generating platform, Leonardo.ai. And I love Leonardo because it really does a fantastic job on photorealism. And the settings that I'm going to be using is Photoreal, maybe not a surprise. And it also includes the Leonardo Alchemy, which just adds a certain something to the images, some AI magic. So, maybe more complexity to the images would be the best way to describe it. And that's basically it. So there are different settings here: cinematic, creative, vibrant, and none. And I'll demonstrate a couple of them here in cinematic and we can compare. In fact, what we might as well just compare with what I have right now because that was just done as the base photo reel. So let's type in the terrified ghost screaming. And let's see what this looks like with cinematic. So here we have our set of images and let's compare them. So let's just open up this one. So this is cinematic. And I'm going to point out that what I find that the cinematic setting does is it adds a certain matte or colorization to the images. Um, and so this was photoreal, this is cinematic. So it's a bit of an abstract subject, but from my point of view, I do feel like just the base setting does a more realistic job. So with that being said, we've demonstrated that. So let's try something a little bit nicer to look at. So why don't we try something like an epic forest scene featuring any animals and let's say chaotic, because that often will add some extra elements just for fun. Here we have a forest scene with many animals. Let's zoom in a little bit and see what we have for anatomies. So we have, looks like a combination of a wolf, bear. Not sure what this creature is, but there are many animals as requested. In terms of photorealism, perhaps not. Some of them are realistic looking animals, but not quite what I was looking for. Let's try it with the human figure. So why don't we try a woman aged 43 in a red sundress and blue hat, and we'll say stylish, modern. And let's try this. Quite realistic looking. Let's zoom in here. I think that's a really exceptional image. Let's zoom in even further. I guess that is it. So I like the fine lines and wrinkles. The eyes, the pupils and irises are symmetrical, and eyebrows are nice. Detail on the hat is great. We ended up with just a blue ribbon in this case, but that's okay. AI will forgive you because you did a nice job on the faces, I think. So, not too bad at all. I'm quite impressed. Here we have twins, I guess, but certainly from the distance I'm looking at, these seem very realistic looking. So that's great. Why don't we try something a little bit more? We can say modern in Paris in the spring of 1953. And let's see what this might do. So I did realize after submitting that I asked for both modern and spring of 53. So let's see what we got anyway. And the outfit is a little unusual, but the image is nice. Very similar faces to the first. This one, that is quite a unique, I guess, modern outfit, if you want to call it that. That's quite natural looking as well. And so, yeah, I would say that that's a success, except that it's always giving the blue ribbon versus a blue hat. All right, so why don't we say a romantic scene featuring a young couple at the park. Let's see what it does with this. So let's see what we ended up with here. We have some very nice looking couples. In fact, I would say it's the same couple in each shot, more or less. The female figure seems very similar in all of them, and some nice compositions. In terms of photorealism, there's something lacking in the male faces to me, and the textures are certainly not as detailed on the skin as our last set. But if you look at details on the hair, I think that that's really nice. I like the depth of field, it looks very natural. Lighting is great. So, not too bad. Why don't we try looking at some of the different settings? So we'll try it again with cinematic so we can compare an apples to apples situation. I'll also run it with creative, and I will run it with vibrant as well, and we can have a look at what those provide for variations. Some great looking images. Let's scroll all the way down here. So here is our original set. Here is the cinematic version. So, like I said, it just sort of applies a certain matte to things and slightly colorizes things, making them a little bit darker. I do note that her hair seems to be darker color, but maybe that's just part of the overall variation. Here we have creative, and it does like to throw in lots of flowers, lots of reds and oranges, and nice looking. Does add something to the images. In terms of it being realistic, I don't think so. And let's check out the next here, which is vibrant. These don't look too bad. His face does not look natural enough to me. Again, not too bad. I like the compositions and I like the expressions on the faces. We have a bit of a glitch here, but that's one of very few that I've seen here in all of these. So I think I would like to try it with one more type of image, one more subject. So why don't we try a newborn baby and see what this will provide for skin textures. So let's see what we have. We have some babies. Zoom in here. So there are some aspects that are realistic looking. This hair is very symmetrical and unusual looking, and the eyes are just very large, which I think makes it look unnatural. Here, not too bad. Seems to be very bundled in there. Doesn't look all that happy or comfortable. And these images are quite nice looking. I would say that from a distance, some of them would pass for photorealistic. He looks sort of like a very young old man. Um, Still not completely satisfied. Why don't we try something with a little bit of texture but without faces? So why don't we try the classic dog in a sweater? Because this will usually show how the AI is going to perform with different textures. Let's see what we have for good boys here. Nice looking dog. That's a very natural looking face, corgi. The anatomy looks a bit unusual with that sweater on, but in terms of textures, not too bad at all. Look at the detail here in the fabric of the, you can see the detailed yarn in the sweater. Here we can see doggy looking very nice. I like the lighting. It makes it look quite natural looking. And let's see what else we have here. Here's another fellow. Nice. And I think that might be the best of all. I like how it's facing forward outside, so it's brighter lighting. Great. So let's sort of review here. Let's review all the way back. So we started off with my horrifying ghosts. We went here and did some photorealism with animals with some mixed results in terms of the composition. Maybe I should not have asked for it to be chaotic in retrospect. Here we have the 43-year-old woman in the red sundress and blue hat. We'll say it's trimmed with blue. Nice looking photorealistic images. I think this might be overall the best set of the images that we've generated here. Here we have our romantic couple version 1, which is just photoreal on its own. Photoreal, cinematic, the creative, and the vibrant. So out of the young lovers sets, I do think that I like the colors and brightness of the vibrant version, and I just wish that maybe they had, for example, this image or this image against those vibrant backgrounds. So then we had the babies. Again, I would say mixed results. From a distance, these three do look quite natural, I guess. Still not quite what I was looking for. And then we have the dogs in sweaters. And I think that this guy might be the icing on the cake. I'm going to download him for future use. So I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, then like it and subscribe to the channel so that you're going to encourage me to make more of these videos. And with that, I will see you the next time.